Welcome back to AI-powered mapping for the ArcGIS web developer. Today we're going to combine an ArcGIS 3D scene, the daylight component, and a small OpenAI call to build an AI photo shoot planner. So let's get into it.
All right, we have our starter code, which includes our HTML and CSS. So let's jump into the JavaScript. I first set my OpenAI API key. Then I define a couple of helpers. GetSeasonFromDate turns a JavaScript date into a simple season string, and GetSeason refers the daylight component's current season if it is in season mode. That way, I always have a clean spring, summer, fall, or winter label to send to AI. Next is getLocalDateTime. This is the important one. The daylight component gives me a date in local date and a time of day in time slider position, in minutes since midnight. I combine those into a single date object so the time I send to AI always matches exactly what the slider shows. Then there is call OpenAI. It takes a prompt string, calls the chat completions endpoint with the GPT-4o mini model, and returns the text from the first choice. It is just a thin wrapper around fetch so the rest of the code can stay clean. Inside window.onload, I grab references to the scene, the daylight element, the button, and the text elements. I define update status, which calls getLocalDateTime, formats it into something like 6:30 p.m., figures out the season, and updates the status line at the bottom. When sceneL.viewOnReady resolves, I connect daylight to this scene with daylightL.referenceElement equals sceneL, call update status once, and enable the button. I also listen for ArcGIS user date time change on the daylight element, so any slider or season change immediately updates that status text. Finally, in the click handler, for plan a shoot, I grab the camera position from sceneL.view and call getLocalDateTime again to get the local time. I build a prompt that includes latitude, longitude, elevation, season, and that formatted time, tell the model it is a photography coach, and ask for 2 short sentences about the light and what kind of photos work best. I send that to call OpenAI, and whatever comes back gets dropped straight into the card underneath the map. All right, we'll go ahead and test it out. I'll go ahead and change the time, maybe change the season as well. Click Plan a Shoot, and we have our photo shoot advice.
And there you have it. We now have an AI photo shoot planner. I hope this was helpful, and be sure to come back tomorrow for more AI plus ArcGIS tips and tricks. Happy coding!